Caitlyn Clark has broken the WNBA record for assists by a rookie in a single season.
First quarter, Clark in transition finds Lexi Hall. That ties the WNBA rookie assist record in the season. And then second quarter, Fever down 6. Clark, again to Hall, record broken.
Oh, yeah. Now, the question on everyone's lips is there anything this unicorn can't do? But hold up. Let's set the stage. The WNBA is back in action after the Paris 2024 Olympics, and Clark, whose absence from the national team caused a whole lot of drama, is back on the court with her batteries charged. In the past 2 games, her team has already racked up 2 wins. The previous one was on Friday, and by 98-89 to the Phoenix Mercury. And let me tell you, Clark was balling out. 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. The girl is showing why she's one of the all-time greats in college hoops.
With the 4th fastest pace of play, and that's super. First, you can imagine she'll likely be part of future teams, probably with the player she's guarding right now, Caitlyn Clark, who finds Nalissa Smith.
Really get out in transition, see if you can get some early quick buckets.
Oh, Clark hits her 3rd 3.
But on Sunday, she had her sights set on a record that's older than some of her teammates' baby siblings. The record in question, 225 assists in a rookie season, set way back in 1998 by the legendary Ticha Penicheiro.
2 minutes left in this game. Pass stolen. Sacramento 3-on-1. Ticha back to Lady, who lays it up and in. What an act! Gorgeous pass from Penicheiro. Ticha spins away from Adwina Brown. Inside, no look. Yolanda Griffin to the hard way.
Now, 1998 was so long ago that Google was still just a weird noise you made when you were congested. But Ticha's record has stood the test of time, surviving Y2K, the invention of the selfie stick, and even that phase when everyone was eating Tide Pods. But records, like my New Year's resolutions, are meant to be broken. And Caitlyn Clark? Well, she's been eyeing this record like it's the last slice of pizza at a team party. Now let's break down this spectacular feat, shall we? Ticha Penicheiro set the record of 225 assists in 30 games back in '98. That's an average of 7.5 assists per game. Pretty impressive, right? Well, hold on to your headbands, because Caitlyn Clark just blew past that record in only 28 games. That's right, friends.
The audience, now listen to me carefully, is being given a special package, and I don't want you to open it.
Clark's been dishing out assists like Oprah dishes out cars. You get an assist, you get an assist, everybody gets an assist. But wait, there's more. Clark still has 12 games left in the season. At this rate, she's not just breaking the record. She's shattering it, pulverizing it, turning it into dust, and using it to make a sandcastle of her own greatness. Now, I know what you're thinking. But dear Mrs. Sports, the WNBA season was shorter back in Ticha's day. And you're actually right, the 1998 season was shorter than a TikTok attention span. But let's be real, if Ticha had more games, she probably would have racked up even more assists. It's like comparing apples and oranges if apples and oranges could both throw sick no-look passes. Speaking of Ticha, let's take a moment to appreciate the queen of the OG assist. This woman was dropping dimes when dial-up internet was still a thing.
What a feed to Tangela.
That was pretty. Tisha's eating this up.
She was so good at passing, rumor has it she once assisted herself. Don't fact-check that. Just trust me, it's totally true. Meanwhile, how does Ticha feel about Clark breaking her record? Someone may be wondering at this point. Well, let's see.
Hey Caitlyn, Ticha here. Congratulations. A record that stood since 1998, and you come here and you break it. Super proud of you. I know the work that you put in. A lot of people always talked about your shooting. I was always mesmerized about your passing, your court vision, and how you make your teammates better. So this record is in great hands, and continue to do what you do. Continue to elevate your game and the women's game and the WNBA. Congratulations, super proud of you.
That's a heart of gold displayed right there. Big ups to you, Ticha. But let's get back to our girl, Caitlyn. Here's what she said after she made history, giving credits to Ticha herself, too.
It's super cool, but hopefully there's a lot more of those.
Awesome stuff, right? Real, as they say, recognizes real. But we're not done yet. Breaking this record is like finding the last Horcrux. It's a big deal, people. And she did it against the Seattle Storm, which is ironic because the only storm happening that day was the rain of assists Clark was pouring down on the court. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, or worse, not following women's basketball, let me give you a quick Caitlyn Clark 101. Class is in session. Caitlyn Clark is to pass what I am to making incredibly smooth YouTube transitions. An absolute pro. She sees passing lanes that don't even exist yet. It's like she's got basketball GPS in her brain, always calculating the fastest route to the basket. Clark's passes are so precise, so unexpected, that defenders often end up guarding the popcorn vendor instead of the actual players. It's not their fault. Clark's passes are like magic tricks. Now you see the ball, now you don't, and suddenly it's swishing through the net while you're still trying to figure out what happened. But Caitlyn isn't just about flashy passes. Oh no, this girl has got more tools in her arsenal than a Swiss Army knife. She can shoot from so far out, they had to install new lighting in the arena just to make sure they could see her. Rumor has it, she once hit a three-pointer so deep, it counted for 4 points. Okay, that's not true, but it feels like it could be, right? Now let's talk about the impact of this record-breaking performance. First off, basketball statisticians across the country are furiously updating their spreadsheets. Excel has never seen so much action outside of tax season. Another thing is, Seattle Storm players are probably still trying to figure out what hit them. Spoiler alert, it was a barrage of perfectly timed, laser-focused assists from the one and only Caitlyn Clark. But let's not forget friends. Clark's still got 12 games left in the season. That's 12 more opportunities to pad this record, 12 more chances to make defenders question their career choices, and 12 more games for commentators to come up with new ways to say wow. At this point, the only person who might be able to break Clark's eventual record is Clark herself. It's like she's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, except the chessboard is a basketball court, and instead of moving pieces, she's throwing passes that bend the laws of physics. Now, I know some of you out there might be thinking, isn't this just one record? Why should we care? First off, how dare you question the importance of sports statistics? Second, this isn't just a record, it's a statement. It's Caitlyn Clark standing on top of the basketball world, megaphone in hand, shouting, "Hey everyone, look what I can do with a round orange ball and a court full of very tall people." It's a reminder that records are made to be broken, that rookies can become legends overnight, and that no matter how good you think you are at something, there's always some young whippersnapper ready to come along and show you up. But most importantly, it's a celebration of the beautiful game of basketball. It's a testament to the skill, the dedication, and the sheer joy of watching someone do what they love at the highest level possible. So, here's to Caitlyn Clark, the assist queen, the pass master, the rookie who decided that normal records were just too boring. Here's to Tisha Penicheiro, who set a bar so high it took 26 years for someone to reach it. And here's to all of us, the fans, who get to witness this magic unfold. Because at the end of the day, isn't that why we watch sports? To see the impossible become possible, to witness history in the making, and to have something to argue about with our friends over nachos? So, what's next for Caitlyn Clark? Will she set her sights on other records? Will she learn to pass the ball with her mind? Will she finally reveal her secret to always having perfectly styled hair, even after 4 quarters of intense gameplay? Only time will tell, my friends. But one thing's for sure, we'll be watching, popcorn in hand, ready for whatever assist-tacular feat she pulls off next. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe faster than Caitlyn Clark can thread a needle with a behind-the-back pass. Remember, in the game of life, sometimes you're Caitlyn Clark, and sometimes you're the defender watching the ball whiz by. Either way, keep your head up and your hands ready. You never know when your moment to shine might come. This is Mrs. Sports, signing off. Stay ballin', my friends.